Hey guys, this is Cam315.
And the Red Wolf.
Joined yet again for the second straight video actually. If you didn't see it before, we actually did a Fire Force review a few hours ago. But man, I think without a shadow of a doubt, this was the show we were waiting for tonight. And yes, like I said last week, yesterday was an aberration. We just totally forgot that it came on last week on Friday night. This time we're better prepared. We're better prepared, guys. I think we can say that most definitely, buddy, right?
Oh yes, definitely.
But to say that Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai was probably for us the most anticipated, anime for this weekend to watch, I cannot say without a doubt. I was happy to see this show again. I want more.
We all do. We all do.
Yeah, other than that, that's really it. Honestly, this has been my most highly anticipated thing just to see every week. Next to me reading the My Hero Academia manga chapters for what's currently going on there, but hey, at least we got a good anime, especially shockingly a good anime by Toei Animation. And it was another good solid episode here.
Yep.
So let's get on it today, and this week is Dragon Quest Episode 2, and essentially the episode title was Dai and Princess Leona. So anyways, we start off the episode off, again where we kind of left off with Leona kind of mocking Dai for being a freaking, I guess you can say...
You're a child!
Yes, that. And not believing that he has what it takes to be hero status. Temajin says Leona, during her 14th birthday, must partake in a ritual on this island to receive the blessing of the Earth God. So they're like, okay. And they're like, can your kids show us how to get there? Because there's a cave and everything. And Grandpa Brass is like, all right, yeah, you can do it. And Dai's like, what? Why do I have to do it? And he's like, you will do it. You better show her some respect, damn it. Anyways, he does do it. And they run into this, I guess, caterpillar monster type of thing. Now everybody's scared. But Dai's like, move out of the way. He does remember the fact that he knows magic and he's been training magic for the past 3 months, but he still can't use magic, which is the big thing in this episode. He kind of, I would say, taps into. Anyways, after, stopping at the cave, they're all kind of chillaxing for a bit. Leona actually gives Dai this dagger that is from the Papnika royal family. And then, they talk about, stuff like that, and she kind of, antagonizes him even more, which I think the relationship dynamic between these two is adorable. So yeah, but would you like to care to explain what happens in the next scene after what it looks like to be all happy giggles and stuff like that?
We see a shady figure behind the tree suddenly say, Gush, right?
Yeah.
Golden, yeah, Gush. And then all of a sudden that evil scorpion monster suddenly shows up, attacking the soldiers and Dai and the princess. And the soldiers were all getting wiped out. And then the princess tried to use magic on it, but her magic wasn't really doing anything to it, and then all of a sudden she got poisoned, and that's where Dai kind of panicked and started, like, I don't know. You can take it from here.
Yeah, he starts fighting the scorpion, which, like I said, the animation for this short little fight was pretty beautiful and stuff like that. He uses the newly made sword / dagger, whatever you want to call it, against the scorpion. And the thing is, all the other attacks weren't working or couldn't pierce the skin. But when Dai kind of stabs into the scorpion's, I guess you could say, claw, it essentially breaks the skin, and then Dai realizes that kind of its back, or like the top part of its back, is like its weak point. He hits that and beats the scorpion. Like I said, he realizes that Leona is poisoned, and then he tells Goma-chan to go get Grandpa Brass to use the Spelch magic to, or to use the spell Spelch to essentially cure her of the poisoning, because an antidotal herb cannot cure her. Then, yeah, when we thought things were okay, fine. Boy, it seems like back to back we've been duped in terms of people trying to pretend to be good. So Varen shows up, and then he kind of says like, yeah, this is where the princess dies. And, you know, because of it, he forces Dai and Leona into the cave, where they fall to the deep, dark paths of the caves, and they can't escape for the time being, and stuff like that. Also, he's the one that released the scorpion from the magic cylinder. So it cuts back to what Grandpa Brass is doing, and when Goma-chan finally gets back to him, Goma-chan tells Grandpa Brass that, oh, Leona's poisoned, and she needs you to heal her. And then, yeah, so, it isn't just Baron who's on in this. Tamajin is also in on this as well. So the old man, you want to know the reason why? Like any other old man who wants to see any rise to power. Essentially, he wants Leona dead, so he can essentially be the successor to the Papnica kingdom and rule the Papnica kingdom. Which doesn't shock me from an old man's standpoint in royalty or some shit. They always go to this route. And I'm like, you got it. They're in on this too. So obviously what happens next is Grandpa Brass, he gets all the other monsters to come and essentially attack Tamajin and the rest of the guards that are obviously, I would say, corrupt. And they're, for the most part, they're winning, and they got Tamajin surrounded. Until Varen shows up and kind of ruins that whole thing by bringing out what? If you would like to know, if you remember what it's called.
What was it called?
Got it. The Killing Machine, which Brass says it was a monster, or I guess machine, created by the Dark Lord to kill the hero. He also makes a mention of the fact that he's shocked that the Killing Machine is moving, because if the Dark Lord is dead, it should be inactive. But fun fact more, I guess, rabbits out of the hat, is Varen is essentially controlling it thanks to Tamajin upgrading the thing in the efforts of making it move based on Varen's magic power. And yeah, now after doing this, essentially it becomes a Killing Machine show, and he dominates the rest of the monsters in Grandpa Brass. Like, legit beats them really bad. Like, Grandpa Brass tries to do the sizzle magic on it, doesn't work, has no effect on it, and stuff like that. We do cut away to Dai and Leona in the cave and stuff like that. And it was a pretty emotional little thing there where Dai doesn't obviously want the princess Leona to die on him. And she goes on to talk about him, you know, using magic and stuff like that. And using magic and holy crap, that, you know, you can do it. You can't, you know, not give up, and you'll at one point be a master at using magic. And essentially it's like, I'm not gonna let you die, not now, as he's crying. And then something snaps within Dai, and he uses magic to get out of the cave, which
Our connection is kind of bad. Our connection is kind of bad. It's on a yellow bar. It went on a red bar and then a yellow bar. Oh. Okay, come on. It's back. It's back to, yeah, kind of buffering.
Okay. Sorry for that, guys. Anyways, what happens next is Dai gets to the battlefield and he sees obviously the monsters have lost. Grandpa Brass might out is almost about to kick the bucket, and then we see Dai eventually, do something about it. Now he tells Grandpa Brass like because Grandpa Brass is like, get you and Leona out of here, and he's like, I can't do that because she's poisoned and I need you to heal her again, and stuff like that. So this is when we get into the fight between Dai and the killing machine, Arveron. And essentially, what Dai does at first is he does his magic after charging up again. Again, can I just say the animation on the aura effect, just, just 10 out of 10. Just 10 out of 10, man. This looks, man, it looks clean. Um, he does this move called Vahoosh, which looks like a X Scissor from Pokemon attack. And it kind of pushes Baron back, but it doesn't really do any damage. I guess if you want to explain what Dai does going forward in this fight, the more the merrier.
Okay, this is where like the animation started going like kind of 3D CG kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's confronting it, and his attacks are like doing nothing to it whatsoever. But then Baron doesn't realize it until too late that Dai was attacking the same spot over and over until it breaks. And okay, that's where Dai started like getting some horror effects once again. Oh yeah, he did the sizzle move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he did the sizzle move once again, and he deep fried the that killing machine along with Baron, even though he somehow lived through that. But
yeah. Would you want to take us home, or do you want me to take us home?
you can do it.
Okay, so after the whole issue is done, one, the Grandma Brass walks in and says, "Good job, Dai." And I'm like, over here, I'm like, "Did you re-heal the princess, please? She's hot and she needs help." And luckily, thanks, Dai is like, "Shouldn't you be going to heal the princess, please?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I got you." Then Dai tells Tamajin, like, listen, tell the other soldiers because they're coming on the shore as well, because they saw what happened. And he's like, tell them what really happened. But Tamajin is trying to, lie his way out of the situation or squeal his way like a pig. But thankfully, Leona is already revived back to her, and healthy enough to say, "Oh, really? Tell them what really happened," and stuff like that. And you're gonna face a judge when we get back home.
Right there, I was like, boom!
Yep. And then you just saw Tamajin just get on his knees and he's like, damn it. And yeah, so, that happens. And after all that incident's over, Leona takes the ritual and, Dai, after being told by Grandpa Brass, because he's like, wait, she really is a princess. And Grandpa Brass is like, yeah, she is. Shut the hell up and let her do the ritual. So after all that, the next day, she's leaving, and she essentially in this conversation hopes to say, she kind of tells Dai like, I hope to see you again, and next time I see you again, hopefully you're my bodyguard, or I would like you to be my bodyguard. He's like, no way, and stuff like that, even though I don't know why he would turn that down, but okay.
He's a kid, he doesn't get it.
I guess so. So she says her goodbyes and says that one day he will be a hero and stuff like that. She does. I'm guessing after this incident, I don't know. it looks like she has a thing for Dai. That's just me. I don't know if it's anybody else in the room.
It's hard to say yet. I mean, true, they like each other now. I'm not sure if it's love.
Well, I guess you could say she could have fell for him. He did kind of save her life, really. But, hey, I'm blowing too much into things. But then again, she's a princess, and what type of princess wouldn't fall for the very, good hero who is Dai? So yeah. Anyways, so they leave and they say goodbye. We get a funny scene where Grandpa Brass is like, so I'd like to see you do your magic again. And Dai cannot do it. So it seems like so far, it seems like if Dai, I guess instinctually, can tap into it at certain points, will activate his magic power. He still clearly has to work on it by doing it at will. But so far he can do it at I guess, a random instinctually moment, like it was in this episode. Anyways, we cut over to the city being destroyed, or this town being destroyed by these other monsters, and we cut over to the ship with one of the main characters, I guess, of the show, the one in the green outfit.
Oh, yeah.
And then the purple curly-haired man, who does not look like the dude from Hunter x Hunter, the Hunter exam dude.
I think he ripped off his hairstyle.
Yeah. Other than the face, like legit, the hairstyle legit looks the same. And essentially the purple hair guy said the Dark Lord has returned, and now the other guy, the green guy, because we don't know his name yet, he's like, shouldn't we go back and help the townspeople? He's like, nah, the soldiers got it. We need to go find the hero so he can confront the Dark Lord, which will lead into next week's episode where I guess Dai will get some more training on his magic. And yeah, so this was another good episode, another solid episode, and dang, I just can't wait to see more of this show. This show is really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like this episode a lot. I guess the only other thing we can talk about is Princess Leona. Now, if we watch our episode 1 review, we first thought she would be like that kind of snobby type of princess that we would just grow to hate. But this episode really showed and really humanized her and made her a lot likable. And if it wasn't for Denzel claiming her as a waifu-like character, I would have had that thickness she had, but okay.
Hey man, you already claimed Hiyori from One Piece. He took Hiyori before I could even grab her, and I'm honorable enough to not beg for her.
Anyways, I liked how Leona was. I have a feeling like we will see her again at some point, but it'll probably be a while. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Leona. Your thoughts on Leona?
I love it.
I bet you do.
Haha.
Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. So if you guys liked the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section what you thought about this episode and what your thoughts about Princess Leona, especially if you're new to the show. As well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai reviews going forward. So anyways, this has been Camfrey15.
And the Red Wolf.
And hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your night or day or whenever you're checking out this video. So till then guys, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Peace.